Are you tired of leaving your living room?
Yeah.
Do you want to shit in your living room but not have to clean your couch?
Yeah.
Toilet couch, the brand new invention by Mighty Putty.
Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Couple Pints Pod. Today we're shitting on a couch, sitting on a couch, toilet couch. Get yours today.
Toilet paper built into the arm.
Use the promo code Couple Pints Pod for 20% off your first order. Anyway, let's get started. Welcome to episode 69.
Oh,
Now you might be thinking, oh, they're just going to talk about fucking...
Oh, these guys are just going to fuck on the couch and that's going to be the episode.
That would be a great episode. What?
What?
No, but we're going to do some sex conspiracies and things like that. But all the shit is really dark and gross. And, you know, maybe someone should shed light on it. But that someone is not us. And
Not today.
Not today. Yeah, thank you. You took the words out of my mouth, buddy.
Not today.
You know, we try and keep it light here. This isn't Pedophiles 4. So for episode 69, we're going to be doing a conspiracy orgy. And what that means is we put out a poll on our Instagram, which none of you interacted with except for some of our closest followers. So
hello, darkness, my old friend.
We're going to shout those people out. We're going to talk about their conspiracies and we're going to give our thoughts on it after very minimal research that we've done in the last, 20 minutes?
20, 30 minutes.
The first one, I don't think really requires research.
No, this
so
is
let's dive right in. The first, do you want to present it? Because it was your people.
Yep. We're
right.
going to go shout out to my dank GF, Bree. Dank.
So Bree came at us with this not, is it a theory? I think it's more of just like give your take on this. I don't know if it's an actual conspiracy theory.
Well, people
no, it is. It's on the internet.
It is.
I've heard of it.
Cats are interdimensional beings.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're both on the side of this because we spoke about it a little before we hit record. For me, yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't even know if it's a theory, dude. Think about cats.
Yeah, just think fucking hold on. Cats are,
I mean, we can start with cats are gods in Egyptian culture. And it's why did you choose that animal, you know? And if you have a cat, which both of us do, they're really fucking smart. They're so goddamn cute. But like, look, I love dogs, right? But dogs are fucking dumb. And that's the point I made to you before we hit record. Like,
they're just happy to be here.
Cats are on a different, like, cats that, like, okay. Dogs have personalities in the sense of you either have a really happy dog or you have a really pissed off dog. Doesn't matter. Cats, though, are like, they got moods and like they had like they're more, I think, comparable to humans than dogs are. Like dogs are man's best friend. I don't think cats are man's best friend because cats are their own species of intelligence.
Very true. I think of it like this. When you see a dog do something stupid, you can see it's kind of embarrassed, but for maybe 5 seconds, because then it goes back to being like, I'm just happy that you love me. But my cat, Loki, has done some shit. Notice us watching him, gets embarrassed and stays embarrassed and then goes
for hours,
and
days,
and stays away from us because he's like,
dude,
fuck.
Goose does the same thing. Like when we went out east for my birthday, Taylor and Olivia came out with Goose, and at one point they like hit a turn too hard and the crate rolled over and he shit himself. And the entire weekend, like multiple days, he would not interact with Olivia or Taylor because he was so embarrassed.
Oh, poor Goose.
I know. Like cats are on this different plane of existence.
Whoa.
And it's like, really, if you think, let's talk about evolution for a second. Where did we know where chickens came from? They came from T-Rexes or whatever the theory is. We know where like fish came from, and we know that we came from fish, and we know, like, you know, you like the theory of think about just the generalized theory of evolution. This will make sense. There's a lot of species we can be like, oh, this came from that. Well, where the fuck did cats come from? And now you might be thinking, "Oh, saber-toothed tigers."
Yeah,
Well,
you're telling me
where did saber-toothed tigers come from?
Yeah.
And if
what
we
the
go
fuck
back to
made
a
'em?
prehistoric era, like I said, like chickens came from evolution of raptors and T-Rex and like different things, like emus. We were talking about that a
Oh
couple weeks
yeah.
ago. But if you really think about it, what did cats
Yeah.
evolve from? Maybe they didn't. Maybe it's like the snakes in Rick and Morty. They just landed here and they were like, fuck it, we're taking this bitch over.
You're telling me space cats?
Space cats, cat jazz.
Can you lead me to
I wonder what
the
cat jazz
closest
smells
ball of
like.
yarn?
Meow, 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 meow.
Meow, meow.
But that's the other thing
meow,
about cats.
meow.
They're highly intelligent, but then there's also that primal level of just like goofy bullshit where like if like every time I take my shoes off after work, Goose comes up and assaults the laces.
Loki puts his head in ours.
Yeah,
I
Goose
don't know what it is.
pisses on mine sometimes when he's angry.
Fucking.
That's the other thing. Cats like get angry if we feed Goose late, he'll like piss on shit.
Oh, that's an angry. That's a fuck you move.
Yeah, and like dogs, I guess, kind of do that. But also the other point I made to you was if you leave a dog alone, like yeah, there's stray dogs and shit, but like if we left a dog, and we're not gonna do this, but if we left a dog locked in this apartment, I give it like 3 weeks, a month. If we left Goose locked in this bitch and left, that he would take this shit over.
Oh, this would be his place.
He'd sign the fucking lease and pay rent. Somehow
would,
he has a job.
I was gonna say he would commute to work in his own car that he bought fresh off the lot, full paid for.
So yeah, that's why cats are interdimensional beings.
Yeah, I just found an article that says, "Can cats see all 9 dimensions?" I didn't fucking know there was 9 dimensions.
Dude, wait. Cats have multiple lives, bro.
9 lives.
Humans don't even have 2 lives.
Maybe they have a life for every dimension they can see.
Maybe.
Ooh,
are there 9 dimensions?
I don't know. That's what this is claiming.
According to the multiverse from Marvel, yes, is what Olivia just screamed from another room.
Not sure that's really a good source to be going off about.
Marvel, though, they never lied. Stan Lee never lied.
Great guy.
Stan Lee did not chop down the cherry tree.
What?
Stan Lee did not chop down the cherry tree.
George Washington. Good one, dude.
Zinger.
So then the question is, where did cats come from?
You know how ancient Egyptians, the theory goes about the pyramids, how they're built in line with the Orion's belt?
Yeah, and apparently they had some relation to like aliens and shit.
Yeah, and how when they did sacrifices, they thought the soul or the pharaohs who were buried in the pyramids, that the pyramids would take their souls to wherever.
Yeah,
and that the cats were
and
one of the guides.
that's why they got buried by with their worldly possessions and whatnot.
So what if the first beings that ever visited the Egyptians were the fucking space cats?
Oh my god.
And they were the ones who helped the souls get to the higher place because of how well they were worshipped by those pharaohs.
So cats are truly the guardians of the galaxy.
Oh shit.
That's a theory.
That's a fucking theory. That's a lot of socks.
That is a lot of socks. Did cats make socks?
Cats can knit, dude. Cats can fucking knit. That's why they like yarn so much.
What else about cats? I feel like I'm missing a point that I thought of after I saw that. I don't know. Like it's just a different fucking breed. And like jungle cats, like that's the other thing. We talked about this a while ago. Like 3 weeks ago. The other crazy shit is most cats are like solitary animals.
Mm-hmm.
Like unless you adopt like 2, like when I got Hobbs, who's my cat, she had a twin sister, Smokey, and like they were chill, but all the other cats they didn't fuck with. And like if you think about tigers, they're solitary animal. Like the only real cat that's not a solitary animal is lions who run in prides, but even a pride is only a couple cats.
Excuse me. Yeah, well, depends on how big the pride is.
Cats are familial, but only
don't
in their,
talk into the top.
Direct kind of familial family. So like on the Sahara,
they're going to be family members because they had those kids and there's like a relation and they take care of each other because they're pack animals in a wild situation. But domesticated cats don't because they have no longer need to be familial or stay in a pack.
I mean, Loki's tested me before. He's wanted the fucking hands a few times.
Well, that's the thing. Like,
he's testing Papa.
But then compare that to dogs who don't fucking know each other. You see like a Rottweiler sniff a Chihuahua's asshole and then they're best friends. Cats don't do that shit.
I like the way you smell.
Yeah. So like basically dogs are dumb, cats are interdimensional beings. And like if there was some sort of solitary proof of that, I would thoroughly believe it based off the last 11 minutes of conversation.
Yeah. I'm 100% on board with that.
So shouts out Bree. Thank you.
Thanks, babe.
What was number 2?
Number 2, did we decide? Let's pull it
We're
up.
going with Werewolf Wannabes.
Aha,
and then
there it is.
And the third is gonna be Will's.
Yes. Okay.
Also, let's just say right now, Glenn, thank you for all the suggestions. We're on a budget here. We're gonna dive into your shit when we have more time. And maybe you can join us for that.
Also,
if you're available.
You sent me, Glenn, that iceberg page once. I completely forgot that that's what the name of the page was.
Yeah, there's just a lot to unpack with your suggestions.
I mean, that guy's got videos out the ass.
So sorry, Glenn, we don't want to have an orgy with you.
Slipped into another dimension with my cat.
Homie numero dos in the fucking orgy came from our buddy Vinny, who also will get you on soon. I promise. It's just been hectic, very hectic.
Vinny?
We've been saying this for like a month, but
we say it's hectic every single episode, and that's because we're not liars.
Yeah, we just have fucked up schedules. Especially now that I'm full time, there really is no time.
This kid's doing shit.
So Vinny and Glenn, if you want to commute to Brooklyn eventually, maybe if I'm in Yonkers, that would be better. I don't know. Anyway, Vinny hit us with Werewolf Wannabes. And so we looked into Werewolf Wannabes, and it turns out that there is this somewhat cult following of basically furries. So it's but like shouts out episode 69, but like
so stupid.
It's not as sexual as furries. It's just this group of people who basically the theory is this group of people who are now old people, and I assume like their children and other young people who like old movies. They watched the 1960s movie Werewolves in London. And now they follow it like a band of groupies and dress up like werewolves, like glue fucking pubes to their face and shit, and follow it around the country. So what I read was an article from the Washington Post. One of their writers was in New York City and stumbled upon one of these viewings. And it was like this mile-long line of these fucking literal werewolf wannabes. But the theory is that, like, why did this movie make people want to dress up like werewolves? And you could probably say, like, oh, well, everything does that. Like, when I saw the newest Star Wars in theaters, there were a bunch of people dressed up like Jedis and Sith and everything.
Made me want to become a robot.
That's true. Shouts out episode 16. Colin wants to be a cyborg.
I think
pretty
so.
Sure it's 16.
Shout out Halloween.
You can argue it. Olivia just said from the other room, Twilight, similar idea. So like, yeah, movies, like people dress up to see them. But the weird thing about this is it's one super outdated movie that has this intense following of people who dress up like werewolves and like howl at the moon and shit. And just like terrorize cities and like run around and bark at people. So that's,
I don't understand.
I don't even know if it's a conspiracy. It's just like news that no one knew about.
I just want to talk about how fucking weird that is.
Yeah. So let's do that for a second. Also, shouts out our fucking merch. Buy some. Links in the bio. Talk about it. What are we talking about?
So you're saying they're
getting
not
a contact high, bro.
They're not
fucking contact high, bro.
Oh my god, where's my car?
Fucking big, dude.
So they're not exactly furries, right? But one,
no, they're not. But like the article from the Washington Post compared them to furries in the sense of like it's a group of people who genuinely believe that they're werewolves, but like they don't have orgies.
I don't. Oh my god.
Shouts out episode 69.
That's.
It's
sorry,
odd. It's odd.
It's
uncomfortable.
Every kid in our generation went through the phase of thinking they could go Super Saiyan. Every kid went through the phase of thinking they could do some sort of Jinjutsu or whatever
Yeah.
shit. But
Like I had a whole phase. Have you ever read or seen the movie I Am Number 4?
yes.
So when I saw that, I must have been like 13 or 14. Maybe I was older. I don't know when it came out. But I remember coming home from the theater with like all my boys and we were pretty fucking stoned. So no, I must have been like 15 or 16. And my high ass was like, maybe I'm number 6. Like, what if you're a number and you don't know? So like I understand seeing a movie and being like, what if I'm that?
But
And like the
fucking
episode of
werewolf?
the episode of The Force where both of us were like, yeah, it could exist, but like, am I gonna follow number 4 if there's like a special viewing and dress up like one of the characters and like fucking howl at the moon? No.
That's where
Like,
it just gets
do these
unbelievable.
Jedi people try and like force choke people in line ahead of them so they can get in sooner? No, like that's all in good fun. Like Comic-Con, all in good fun. And people know that they're not actually these characters, but these werewolf wannabes literally think that they are fucking werewolves. Like it said in the article, there was this other news source there taking pictures and they were like barking at her and like coming at her. Like that's weird.
So stupid.
That's like seeing
So
Harry Potter
stupid.
and thinking you're a wizard. And Harry Potter has the ultimate cult following.
There's probably been some people who have watched Harry Potter, gone to the platform and
Yeah.
tried.
No,
I mean-
there's videos of it on Reddit. Yes.
But that's
In the train station they filmed in. It's fucking hysterical.
a lot more entertaining to people than being barked at while I'm trying to get a fucking beer because you decided to take your husband's pubic hair and glue it to your face for
Yeah.
a day.
It's so weird.
Are you kidding me?
It is so odd.
Well, yeah,
So
go see a therapist. What?
So yeah, just be aware. There's a group of people who think they're werewolves and terrorize cities. So if there's a showing of werewolves in London near you, don't go out.
Find me the next full moon just running around the streets butt naked with a bunch of hair taped to me.
That's the thing. Like, it's so weird.
Catch me butt naked running through the streets of New York,
Like
dude.
the one quote that I remember because I thought it was so odd was this guy wrote, like, as I was walking past the line, I saw a man who looked like he shoved his face into a bowl of chocolate pudding that had hair clippings in it. Like, that's fucking weird.
Hey, if you really feel like a werewolf, why don't you take the extremes like the lizard guy or the tiger guy or the cat lady who actually did body modifications to look like that animal?
Yeah, dude.
Not just one night a
Get
week.
some plastic surgery to like extend your fucking face and get some fangs and shit.
Why don't you fucking
weirdo.
be about it? Okay.
All right, now we're coming at people. Hey, if anyone watching this is a werewolf wannabe, fuck you. All right, so then we're on out of time. We're on a time crunch because there's another podcast being recorded in the studio today.
Yup.
Shouts out Inside the Aluminum Tube. Great podcast. Check it out.
Fantastic. Professional.
I guested on it last 2 episodes ago. Olivia's the guest today.
Mm-hmm.
But our third theory, our last couple minutes of the podcast, came from my boy and one of our loyal fans,
Oh yeah.
Will Crutchfield.
Will.
So Will, we're gonna get on. He's coming to New York soon, but he hit us up with look into ancient trees. So we were like, all right,
Okay.
turns out there's a lot of shit to do with ancient trees.
It's a whole storage locker full of shit.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. Yeah, it is. Random knickknacks and fucking other words for shit,
dressers,
doohickeys, and they all relate back to these ancient trees. So the theory we found was, or the one that made sense. So there were two theories we found. I'm going to talk about the one that makes sense. You could talk about the one that doesn't, because you seem to read more on that than I did. So the theory is that millions of years ago, like pre-dinosaurs, there were these 30-mile high trees that essentially their roots were like neurons in the brain, and they connected the earth and made it one, and made essentially like these trees made nature.
Mm-hmm.
So then a video we watched was, there was some disaster similar to like the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs that wiped out all these trees. It could have been a tsunami. It could have been another asteroid. It was something. The theory then goes on to say that landmarks like the Grand Canyon, or like giant plateaus in Ireland, or like things like that, are actually the chopped down bases of these trees. And then the theory goes on to say, well, how did the trees get chopped down?
Mm-hmm.
If there was a natural disaster, they would just be obliterated, like a nuclear bomb hit the redwood forest.
Yeah.
But this theory says that like the Grand Canyon was actually a root system for one singular 30-mile high tree that got obliterated by some sort of natural disaster, which is just fucking ridiculous. But to get more ridiculous, Colin read this.
Oh wait, now I forgot, because there's is it the bush one?
Yes, it's the bush one.
Modern day trees, the ones that you see in your yard, the one that you walk through when you go out.
This one.
These.
I mean, this is a small tree, but even the redwoods. That was the sequoias and the redwood forest were a part of the article we're talking about. And redwoods are fucking gargantuan. I've never seen them. You've been to Cali a bunch of times. Have you been to the redwood forest?
I haven't seen them. Never been, but
they're legendary. Fucking Google it.
Apparently,
you know what? Let's put a picture in right here. Okay, continue.
That's a tall tree.
So this theory says that they're bushes.
They're bushes. All modern day trees
are bushes. So then what's a bush?
What? Yeah. Bush.
They're fucking bushes, bro. Yeah, they're bushes.
Yep.
Nope. Bushes.
Bush.
Nope. Bushes.
Nah. You can drive a baby ancestor.
Bushes.
Nope. Bush. Totally different thing.
So this bush theory.
I guess they don't exist.
I don't know. So this bush theory quickly takes a really hard fucking left and then says, well, the earth is flat because these giant trees don't exist anymore.
And that's where you lost us.
Yeah.
That's where it goes.
You know, we hate flat earth. So yeah, this theory goes on to say, because these gigantic ancient trees that root systems created the fucking Grand Canyon, which is ridiculous. Also, wait. I've just been thinking this the entire time. If these root systems created the Grand Canyon, how did a 30-mile high tree get perfectly ripped out of the earth with its entire root system? If it's that fucking big.
Giants?
Don't even get me started. But giants aren't 30 miles high.
I can't think. The only thing I can think of would have to be a direct impact, because if it has to be the meteor.
But if there were as many trees as this theory says there were, but okay, so that's what I'm saying. There's a direct impact. How did the roots get ripped out of the ground to create the Grand fucking Canyon?
Vaporized on impact?
I don't know.
That's the only logical
But also,
thing.
I spend way too much time on this.
A crater.
I spend way too much time on this subreddit called like moment of disaster. It was something to do with disasters. And there were a lot of videos of like nukes, like when they were testing nukes.
Oh, trying to kill Godzilla, yeah.
No, just like when the US government was testing nukes to nuke Japan. Like it, like World War II stuff.
Dude, we can't go there.
We're not going there. All I'm saying is in this video, they set up like Nuketown, shouts out Call of Duty. So they built this, the US military built a town, filled it with mannequins. It's in Indiana Jones as well.
Yep.
They nuked it, but this town had trees as well. Like they built a fucking town. And in the video, it demolishes houses and like just vaporizes cars. But when the shockwave hits the trees, they all bend like super fucking hard, but then they all pop right back up. So it's like, even if this giant asteroid hit the world with the power of a million atom bombs, these 30-mile high trees aren't just going to be fucking vaporized down through the root. Like, that's what makes no sense to me. Where does the theory tie in the idea that the root systems were also destroyed, making these giant plateaus and these giant canyons all throughout the world? Like, that's like saying an asteroid hit the earth, a tree was vaporized, and that's why the Mariana Trench exists.
That's a very, very, yeah. No, that's
like the Grand Canyon was not the root system of a tree.
Yeah, no shot in hell.
And as the resident plant expert, shouts out my dope ass shirt and my plants. I wish the carnivorous one was here, but I can't hang it on anything. That's not how roots work.
Beefy.
Because also roots hold all the moisture and all the nutrients. It all goes down to the roots. And they're subterranean, obviously. So if this giant thing came and wiped out all these massive trees, how did the roots disappear? And yeah, it's cool to think that the Grand Canyon had a 30-mile tall tree in it.
Yeah.
But also 30 miles? I think that would hit space. I think that's where you breach space.
Also, I'd like to make a note of how the fuck did this video gain so much traction that now it is making headlines for changing the narrative of how we see reality.
Okay, it wouldn't hit space. Space is 62 miles away, but still halfway.
So we're halfway to space.
That's fucking insane.
And you're telling me this plateau, this rock plateau that people can climb, is an old tree?
Well, yeah, that's and like perfectly severed.
If
you told me maybe like mountain ranges were like the shrapnel left over from the destruction of these forests, maybe.
Article goes to say,
but the idea
mountains aren't included.
Exactly.
Just
that's
plateaus.
What's fucking weird. And plateaus, if you don't know what a plateau is, basically a mountain, but there's no fucking this. It's just flat. If you saw the movie Up, a lot of it takes place on a plateau. It's just insane. Was it raining giant chainsaws? No. So what are we talking about here?
Next, I guarantee there would be, if someone were to find this lady, I'm pretty sure it was a lady who made that video.
Oh yeah.
And have
the video we watched was
an actual debate conversation about the facts. One of her arguments would probably somehow tie back in to either a great battle or a undisclosed fucking there's not even a disaster that's written down or we've even found,
dude,
for fucking any sake like that.
Thank you. That was the next point I was going to make.
There's no recorded disaster.
We know an asteroid killed the dinosaurs. We know the crater of the asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. It's in Mexico, if you didn't know that. Where's the evidence of the disaster that killed 30-mile high trees and restructured the entire idea of Earth as we know it?
Where's the meat and potatoes? You gave us an hour and 47-minute video of salad.
We didn't watch the whole video. We watched it on 2x speed, and then once we had the idea, we exited out.
Where's
I want people watching this video to know, fuck that video.
Don't even go watch it. It's a waste of your time.
No, it's ridiculous.
Read it. You don't have to watch a video. Just read about it.
But where's the disaster? Like, we can carbon date shit back to like literally the day Earth, not actually literally, but we can go back
seconds.
we can go back millions and millions and millions and millions of years.
That's a lot of millions.
Yet we don't know this giant disaster that literally, so that's where this ties in. I'm making this up now, but I think that's maybe where the video is going. This giant disaster flattened the Earth. Because also, I don't know if we said it because we're moving quick, but this whole theory of these giant trees, their extinction, flat earthers say this, their extinction is what made the Earth flat.
Sit
Yeah.
down.
I don't know.
Sit
Thanks.
down.
Thanks for triggering us, Will.
Fuck. My palms are sweating.
Yeah.
My knees are weak and my arms are heavy. There's not vomit on my sweater because I didn't eat my mom's spaghetti.
I was trying to remember the next line. Something about being nervous. On the surface, I'm calm and ready to drop bombs, but I keep on forgetting why we're here, which is to have a conspiracy orgy, which I think we've successfully done.
We finished.
I mean,
hot.
it was literally a conspiracy threesome,
Yep.
but no one told us other theory. Except for Glenn, but his theories were like, that's episodes in itself. And once again, Glenn, shouts out you. We're very thankful to have you help us. But
Baller moves.
you were saying do an episode about, we're just looking for quick little things like big trees. Oh, traffic cones, cats, and fucking werewolves.
But I will say, we're
going to get to it, Glenn. Sorry. I
we
genuinely
now have-
feel bad.
We now have 2 full episodes of ideas from Glenn.
Possibly more with the thing he sent us.
That's
to on
right,
YouTube.
with the iceberg page. Glenn could have just funded the next month.
Pretty much.
Thanks for the subscribe. Thanks for the donation.
Yeah. So let's close it out. I think we did good.
I think we did a fantastic job.
Go ahead and fucking lick the clit on the like button. Grope that subscribe, and make sure that you French kiss the bell notification so you know when our episodes come out.
That thumbs up. Maybe go sit on it a little bit. It's pretty good.
I mean, 69, the thumbs up.
Give it a little sugar.
Hey, tied the joke in.
Hey, full circle.
And make sure you make friends in the comments.
You
Maybe
should.
even link up with the friend you made in the comments in 69.
Also, if
That
you
could be fun.
Yeah. If you haven't yet, go watch episode 68. The intro song. Didn't know you put it in there.
Oh yeah, I didn't even tell you that was happening.
Fantastic.
Have you heard that album?
No.
Yeah. So once again,
Fantastic.
shouts out Pete McDermott, his new album, The Camera's Eye. Great fucking album. Episode 68 begins with the full version, which is the first time we've done that, of the song, the single off the album, The Camera's Eye. It's a great song, great episode.
Great song.
Keep tuning in. We're gonna go eat some lunch and record episode 70.
Boom. Thanks. I guess it's
Oh yeah,
safe
and
to
also
say.
buy a little bit of merch.
That's right. We still got it. We still got it.
It's still there. We
Still
should make
there.
some new designs.
We should. We're sorry.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna order stickers soon. So if you want one, hit me up.
More. Mas.
All right. This has been
Couple pints pod. Safe to say.
go do weird
We're out.
go do weird sex shit with someone you love.
Go grab the lube.
Talk to you next week.
Honey, I'm going in. Grab it.
You ever heard of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? We're like, honey, I fucking drank the lube.
And just came up 2 inches short. Story of my life.
69ing's fun. Go do it. Peace.